Imagine a world where saying goodbye to a loved one doesn't involve a grave or a coffin, but a dinner plate. Deep in the shadows of the Paraguayan rainforest, the Aché people practiced a ritual that would make your blood run cold. To them, eating the flesh of their deceased relatives wasn't an act of cruelty, it was the ultimate act of love. They believed that by consuming the body, they were capturing the soul, preventing it from wandering the dark forest forever. But why did they fear the forest spirits so much? And how did this white-skinned tribe survive hidden from the world for centuries, only to face a tragedy more horrific than their own rituals? Today, we go where few dare to tread, into the heart of the Guayaki mystery. Stay tuned, because the final discovery about their disappearance will change the way you look at humanity. For the Aché, the human body was merely a vessel. When a person died, they believed the para, or the soul, became a dangerous ghost if left alone. To protect the tribe, the family would ritually consume the remains. This was their way of burying the dead inside the living, ensuring the strength of the ancestor continued to pulse through the veins of the next generation. Early explorers were shocked to find that the Aché had much lighter skin than neighboring tribes. This led to wild theories. Some believed they were descendants of lost Vikings or ancient Europeans who wandered into the Amazon thousands of years ago. While DNA testing eventually linked them to native roots, their distinct appearance and unique language remain a biological puzzle. Living as nomadic hunters, the Aché were ghosts of the forest. They didn't build permanent homes or farm the land. Instead, they used massive bows, some over 6 feet long, to shoot monkeys and birds from the highest treetops with surgical precision. Their survival depended on total silence and total lethality. But their rituals didn't start at death. They began at birth, with a tradition unlike any other on Earth. An Aché child wasn't named by their parents or based on their ancestors. Instead, their name was determined by the first animal their father killed after the child was born. If the father brought home a jaguar, the child bore the spirit of the predator. If it was a rare forest bird, they were destined for grace. They believed a person's very essence was tied to the forest's life force. This created a deep, spiritual map of the jungle within the tribe. Every person was a living, breathing extension of the animals around them. In their world, there was no line where the human ended and the wild began. But as we're about to see, this sacred bond with nature was the very thing that made them targets for the outside world. The true horror of the Aché story isn't their rituals, but their encounter with the civilized world. In the 1960s and 70s, they were hunted like animals by land developers. Families were torn apart, and many were sold into slavery. Today, the survivors have moved to reservations, and their ancient, haunting traditions have vanished into the mist of history. Perhaps the Aché weren't the monsters history painted them to be. Perhaps the real monsters were those who came to civilize them.